Hello, Sagittarius. I'm Claudia Hay from BeHealing.com. This is your weekly read for the week of the 16th to the 22nd of March 2020. Sagittarius, if you'd like a private reading with me, there's a link up there to book in for one of those. I get all of my readings out within 24 hours. I got a new thing going on. Every weekend, I'm having a half price sale. Not on these readings. It's not going to be on my most popular product, but it's going to be on one specific reading, changing each week. And you can find what that reading is that's on the half price special offer at the weekend on my website, behealing.com. And so that means you can get a reading for 60 Australian dollars instead of 120 Australian dollars, which is amazing value. So I look forward to reading for all of you, Sagittarius, with that. So let's have a look. So I'm doing things a little bit differently this week, Sagittarius. I'm going to go into your story. What's your story for this week? What's the story, Sagittarius? You've got to refocus this week. So refocus on flowing, getting the flow to get going again. And I just had the image, locks, waterways that have got locks on them, got gates that close so that the water can raise up and things. I saw a vision of like all these canals and things with all of these locks on them, and that you're cutting the flow off, and you don't realize you're not realizing which crank you need to crank to open those gates up to get that water flowing in the area of your life that you want it to get flowing. So I'm hearing from this Sagittarius that things are flowing in your life, but not necessarily the areas that you want to start flowing. And so this week it's all about finding that cog, that handle that you turn to open up those floodgates to get that flow going. And it's going to involve a refocus. So let's see where this story is going, Sagittarius. What is this refocus? This refocus, it's about finding a new approach, and it's about focusing on great expansion. This is interesting because other signs have got not to reach so high to things that overwhelm you. So don't do that too. But finding a new approach and expansion, right? So what you've been doing, if what you've been doing, Sagittarius, hasn't been working to get that flow going, then don't keep on trying to do that same thing, because that's not going to work. It's still not going to work. A new approach is required, and that approach is going to be open up to you this week. But you've got to focus yourself on expansion, on bigger things. So, for example, say you've got a business and you want, say if you're me, right, and you give readings, you've got a business like this and you want more readings, and you're getting maybe 5 reading customers a day and you want 6. And so you're asking for 6. This is saying, but that flow isn't happening. You're getting, maybe you ask for 6 and it goes down to 3 a day or something like that. That flow isn't happening for you. This is saying your new approach would be to ask for even more than that. And so, it's really interesting. Giving this as an example, I hope that you're resonating with this in some way, and it's applying to your life in some way. But if I ask for, say, 5 customers a day, 5 readings a day, and I write my goals in the morning, I write them down on a piece of paper, and I'll write like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ready for the names of the customers that book in with me that day. If I write 5 down, I'll maybe get 1 or 2 in. If I write 10 down, I'll get like 5 in. If I write 20 down, I'll get like 12 in. So you've got to ask for way more, and then it gives the universe space to fill that in. And so maybe you've been asking for too little, Sagittarius, and you need to increase that space. So if you think about what you're asking for is like a box. It's like going to the ocean with a teaspoon, or with a pipe. You've got to go in with a big container for the universe to have space to put more in that container. Don't go in with a little container and then expect it to be filled up to the top. Go in with a big container, and then even if it's only got a little bit in, it's going to be way more than if you go with a little container, right? And so that's your new approach, however that applies to your life and what it is that the area of your life that you're wanting to get flowing now. You've got to increase what you're asking for to give more space. So Sagittarius, this means if you've been asking for specifics, say if you've been asking for a certain amount of money, if you've been asking for $10,000 yet, think of that as a box. Say if you've been asking for $10,000, you've only been manifesting $2,000. Think about it as a box. Rather than being disappointed in not achieving your goal, think that you went in with a 20,000, I can't even remember what number I said now, a $20,000 box, and you got $2,000 out of it. And so if you go in with a $100,000 box, then you're going to get $20,000 out of it, right? Think of it like that. Be asking for more to give yourself more space, but don't be disappointed by the results if you're not hitting the targets. Just think of it like a box, right? So where is this going? So you want to get something flowing in your life. You want to get a certain aspect of your life flowing because it seems to be stagnant. In order to do that, you need to find a new approach and to be actually asking for more because you're going in with a box, and that box has got to be bigger than what you want to receive to give the universe space. And this is involved in it too. We've got be artistic and be okay about that. So this is about putting yourself out there more. So if you're going in with a bigger box, right, that's a good start. That's a good start. But you're going to have to step up. You're going to have to be offering more to get that box filled up and to be okay about that. And so this is about stepping out of your comfort zone with maybe the services that you're offering or how you're putting yourself out there. This is about revealing yourself more, revealing more of yourself, being more artistic, putting yourself out there in a bigger way. This is about getting out of your comfort zone. And yeah, so say in my example, if I'm going in for a bigger box, say I do 50 instead of 20, because at the moment I'm writing down 20. If I went in with 50, something would have to change, right? Something would have to change. I can't do 50 readings in a day, but something would have to change in the way that I'm putting it out, putting myself out there. I'd have to get more creative in that and be okay about what I've put out there before, but make some changes, right? Maybe I would need to have just to be doing extended readings or something that a lot of people could get and could share, or just change it. I'd have to change something up. And in the same, you've got the same thing. You need to change something up in the way that you're being creative, Sagittarius, to fill that bigger box that you've got. And so be okay about that. It's not that what you've been doing is before has been wrong. It's been right for the little boxes that you've been going to the universe with. Really interesting story. See somebody in my room. It must be the cleaners. Where is this all leading, Sagittarius? Work. I had a feeling this was about work, that you wanted to get flowing and talk to somebody. I'm feeling like when you put all of this into practice, what I've just said this week, you're going to get shifted forward. You know, when you take a step forward, when you're taking big steps forward, the universe takes steps towards you to make it easier. You're not going to have to do all of this yourself, but once you do all of this yourself, then somebody's going to step in. This is like someone that makes it a lot easier. Maybe you've been waiting for someone to step in and make it easier, someone to give you an opportunity, to give you a leg up, to help you out, to get these things flowing for you, to help you to get these things flowing. But if you're doing these steps, these internal steps to get it moving forward yourself, to get that flow flowing yourself, then the person comes in to make it easier. And you'll wish that this person would have come in earlier, but they couldn't. They couldn't until you'd got going on it. You needed to make those changes first. You needed to make those shifts first, Sagittarius. So this is a really good week to be moving forward and to be making changes. So I'll just remind you of all of that. Your story this week, Sagittarius, it's about refocusing to get that flow going in that area of your life, which I believe is work, to get that going for you this week, about finding a new approach, asking for way more than you've asked, because what you've been asking for has been too little. Think of it like a box, and if you go with a small box and want it to be full, it won't be full, it'll just have a little bit in. If you go in with a big box, you're going to get a lot more from it. So give the universe space to give what you want. Then you're going to have to change something in the way that you're being created, the way what you're putting out there, the work that you're doing, the way in which you're doing it. There's going to have to be a bit of a shift involved there. Just be okay about that and be okay about what you were doing in the past. Moving into that shift, and as you're doing that, that's the step that you're taking. Then the universe is going to take a step towards you, and someone's going to come in to make it easier for you. That person that you've been waiting for, that opportunity, that help that you've been waiting for is then going to come in. Now you might not get to the end of this story this week. Don't be impatient with it. Just keep on going down this path. It might just be that you're setting this story off this week, Sagittarius. There we go. If you like this reading, please click like and subscribe to my channel. Share it with your friends as well. I'd be very appreciative if you did that for me. And also leave a comment. What did you get out of that, Sagittarius? How does that apply to you? Love hearing from you. Have an amazing week. I'll see you next time. Bye.